Hi, this is Shubhayan Chakravarti for RevSportz, and in this video we'll talk about the entire timeline of the wrestlers' protest that has been making headlines in every national newspaper, every TV channels and the digital platforms as well. We at RevSportz were there present from day one of the wrestlers' protest. I was there, Atru Mukherjee was there from RevSportz to dissect what was happening there in Jantar Mantar in New Delhi. So it was January 18. I specifically remember the date because it was my birthday and I spent the entire day trying to talk to all the wrestlers present there, the protesters who were present there. There were some big names present there: Sakshi, Malik, Vinesh, Phogat, Bajrang Punia, Satyavrat Kadian, among many others. These are the guys who have won laurels for India. These are the guys who have held the tricolor up and in jubilation after achieving so much success for the national team, and to see them sitting there in Jantar Mantar, it just didn't paint a good picture for us, for everyone who was present there. Not only me, I speak for other journalists as well. The word there was that why are they doing there? Why are they holding the protest? So on January 18 at 4 p.m, the entire wrestling group present there in Jantar Mantar conducted a press conference, and there Vinesh, Phogat, Sakshi, Malik, they broke down in tears and while putting some serious allegations against WFI chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, and when we asked why were you silent for so many years, if the allegations were true, and if we were going by their words that the allegations, the sexual harassment was going on in the WFI circuit for last few years. So why we asked them why were they silent, and the simple answer came in that Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is a powerful man, and talking against him, putting any allegations against him was a danger to life. Vinesh also alleged that she, Bajrang Punia and other wrestlers have also received some death threats on January 18 after they came up and showed up in the protest site at Jantar Mantar. So that happened on January 18. On January 19, what happened was Babita Phogat joined in the protest, and she assured the wrestlers that she will speak to the central government and try to resolve the dispute between whatever the allegations were. On January 20th, the wrestlers demanded that the WFI should be dissolved, and Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh should be suspended, should step down from his post as WFI president, and that is what actually happened on January 21. The WFI submitted its response to the sports ministry, and the sports ministry asked the WFI president Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh to step down from his post as the WFI chief, and till the time the inquiry is completed. So that's what happened on January 21. And after that, the protesters resigned their protest at Jantar Mantar. They went back home. They were happy that there were two committees that were formed: one to take care of the welfare of the wrestlers, other one to take care of the allegations, to probe into the allegations. And you know, the wrestlers at that time had hope that at least some resolution would come in and they would get justice if we go by their verdict. But things came to a standstill. After that. So on April 23rd, the wrestlers once again showed up in Jantar Mantar and restarted their protest. This time what they claimed was that the Delhi police have refused to file an FIR after 7 of the wrestlers, including one minor, went there to file an FIR against the WFI chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. This is something which Delhi police did extremely wrong. This is something which they should have registered straight away after all the wrestlers went there, because it pertains to some serious allegations which on the grounds of sexual harassment. On April 25th, the wrestlers moved to the Supreme Court seeking that the Delhi police should file an FIR, and that is what the Supreme Court, the apex court of this country, ordered the Delhi police to do, to file an FIR straight away and start going with the investigation. After that, the Supreme Court closed the petition, closed the complaint, because it was over to Delhi police to continue with their allegations, to continue with the investigation and try to solve this case as soon as possible. On April 28, Delhi police informs the Supreme Court that an FIR against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has been registered. So what is the current scenario right now? Right now, what is happening? The biggest difference which I feel that is there between the first half and the second half of the wrestlers' protest is that in the first half there were no political presence. The wrestlers didn't allow anyone. But in the second half of this protest, all the big political names are present there, trying to take up the limelight away from the wrestlers, and it has taken away the limelight from the main crux of the story, from the sexual harassment allegations that have been alleged by the wrestlers in this entire protest for this entire protest. And this is something which I personally feel shouldn't have been done by the wrestlers. This takes away the entire limelight from the main matter, which is the sexual harassment allegations against the WFI chief. Now, where is the sports ministry in all of this? Anurag Thakur, when he was in Leh, he held up an emergency press conference where he urged the wrestlers to end this protest because the parties, all the investigation parties were trying to deal up with this matter. And when he came down to New Delhi, he once again spoke to a few media people present there, where he urged that so they should stop this entire wrestling protest and continue with their training, because this is an important year in terms of building up for the Paris Olympics. But the wrestlers are continuing with their protest because what they feel is that when they ended it last time around in January, there were no actions taken. The entire matter went up in cold, but they don't want to do this time, so they are continuing with their protest in Jantar Mantar. There was a huge ruckus in between where the wrestlers alleged that there were a few drunk policemen from the department who showed up in the Jantar Mantar late in the night. There was a huge brawl between the Delhi police and the wrestlers present there. A couple of wrestlers were injured in that scuff as well. But after that, the Sakshi, Malik, Vinesh, Phogat, them being in tears, these are the national heroes who have brought laurels for India. We at RevSportz have been tracking this entire wrestling protest story from day one, when Arjun Mukherjee and I were present there in Jantar Mantar in New Delhi on January 18, and we have been diving deep into this entire matter, trying to dissect what is happening, not only from one angle but from different angle as well. We have shown up the side of the WFI, we have shown up the side of the IOA, we have shown the side of the wrestlers present there, and the entire matter shows the Indian wrestling in a very poor light, especially when this year is a very, very important one, given that the Asian Games are there, given that the Olympic qualifiers are there, followed by the Paris Olympics in 2024, and the likes of Bajrang Punia, Vinesh, Phogat, Sakshi, Malik, they are big contenders when it comes to at least Asian Games. And with their training also hampered, with all this political game that is being going on in that Jantar Mantar protest site, it is just showing everything in a very poor light. So what is the current status? The wrestlers say they will continue the protest until and unless Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is arrested by the investigators, by the police, and whereas Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is always denying the allegations against him, and is open for all the investigation that the police has to do in this entire matter. That is where this wrestlers protest right now is in a standstill. But yes, there can be huge developments in the coming days, so don't forget to check out RevSportz for all the stories that we have done on wrestlers protest so far, and don't forget to subscribe to RevSportz for the other stories that we are bringing to you, not from the wrestlers protest side but from the other sports as well. And of course, we'll continue to track this entire issue till the time it ends. So thank you for watching RevSportz, and keep following us.